And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Connecticut Sports Show. We've got a fantastic show on tap for you here this afternoon. We've got Coach Roy of the Woodstock Academy Centaurs, the Lady Centaurs, ladies and gentlemen. They're a brand new program. They're out of the Woodstock Academy. They're a co-op with a whole bunch of other schools, with East Lyme being one of them, St. Bernard's, and a couple of the schools in the Eastern Connecticut area. Very excited to have him on. Very excited to discuss the program. Very excited to discuss girls hockey in the area, in the region. Coach Roy is a good guy. He's doing a real great job. They were a club team a year ago. I'll let him get into the interview to tell you. You don't need to hear it from me. You can hear it from him, and about everything that he's done with the program, how he's growing the program, where the program is going. Very excited to have Coach Roy on. So I hope you enjoyed the interview. I hope you're having a fantastic day. I digress. Really looking forward to this interview. Coach Roy is a good guy. Hope you enjoy it. We'll see everybody soon. You're watching the Connecticut Sports Show. I'm your host, Scotty Bonner. Thank you so much for tuning in. What a great day for hockey. What a great day for life. Oh my, and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Connecticut Sports Show. We are live here right now with a good friend of mine, the coach of the Woodstock Academy girls hockey team, Coach Eric Roy. Coach, how are you? Thank you so much for joining us today, giving us a few moments of your time. I really appreciate it. Good to see you.
Morning, Scotty. Thanks for having me.
Excellent. So tell us a little bit about what's going on over there at Woodstock with this team that you got going there. This is a relatively brand new team, or a different scope of a team, because there was a team last year, correct? And now this is a new co-op.
This is the sixth total season of Woodstock, my second there.
Okay.
And previously we were a club team. We were made up of Woodstock Academy girls and eighth grade and seventh grade mix.
Oh, wow.
And we played primarily games out of we played Worcester area teams. We weren't in any league. Okay. So then last year I got there, and one of the big things the girls wanted was to be a part of the Connecticut Girls League. Mm-hmm. They wanted to be part of like state honors, all that stuff.
Sure.
And playoffs, because we currently had no postseason. Mm-hmm. So that was a big thing for them. So this summer we petitioned out to the Connecticut Girls Hockey Association, and they said, as long as you could field a team that doesn't include middle schoolers, you can join the league. So that was step one. And then we had to fill out our roster. So then this was our first season as a co-op. And we reached out to, forget his name, but the coach of the Eastern Eagles for the boys. And he put me in touch with a bunch of girls who needed homes. And that's where we are currently. We're made up 11 girls from Woodstock and six from out of other schools.
Awesome.
Including East Lyme, Wheeler, Marine Tech. Yeah.
No, that's awesome, because as a hockey girl dad that I am, and a young lady who's approaching her high school years, which I can't believe, but anyway, what happens to girls hockey and girls parents is very quickly you run out of options. The options just shrink. Like once you get out of Pee Wee, and Pee Wee once you get to U14 out of Pee Wee, like you really just run out of places to play, and then the checking starts with the boys, and a lot of people don't want their daughters playing, checking with the boys. My daughter wanted to, but that's another story for another time. She took a big hit yesterday, though. Oh boy! But
and even on just not even high school level, club level, your eastern part of Connecticut, there's not many options for girls. You're either going to Simsbury, you're going to Shelton, you're going everywhere. So
you're
going needed to give the eastern Connecticut girls side an option.
Yeah, and I could tell you. Just from our organization with the Southeastern Connecticut Seahawks, which feeds into the Eagles, which now feeds into you guys with Woodstock, all of the girls' parents are very excited about everything that you've got going on, what you got started, and we're on board to help you 100% to grow the program, anything that we can do. But it's really a relief. It was a relief for my daughter to know that she had an avenue. Okay, I'm going to finish my career with the Seahawks, and then bam, I'm going to go right into Woodstock. Like it took a lot of We've had discussions about it, and I'm sure many families did, where we really didn't know what our next step was going to be, and frankly, that sucks. It's an awful feeling.
So I'm a parent, but not of a high school level girl. She's only 2, but I've coached for 12 years, 10 specifically girls hockey, and I've with the Northern Lights, and I've heard all the parents. It's hard to find that, like you said, that next step. So just to be able to give the opportunity to girls is basically why I do it. I love the game of hockey. I've played it my whole life, and as long as the girls want to play and they have a place to play, I'm here for it.
Yeah, it's awesome. So how's the first year been going? What successes have you had? What things do you need to improve on? What would you say, your assessment thus far? You got about, I think, 3 games left on the schedule, if I'm correct.
Yeah, we're in our final 3 games. We have one tonight, one Thursday, and then one Saturday. It's basically win the 3 of them, you make the playoffs. So we still have a shot, which exceeds what I expected we have a young team. We only, out of the 17, there's only 4 seniors. The rest, and then 2 juniors. So it's a very young team. So to still be fighting for a playoff chance with all the other added nuances of, besides your normal 10 girls, now you just added 6 more from all over. So the beginning part of the year, you had the whole team building aspect. But these girls, they've persevered. They came together quickly. They got along, and they've competed every game, which is all I can ask.
So what I'm hearing is the playoffs start tonight.
Yes, this is the start of our playoff.
That's good. Hey, that's good. Hey, like you said, you're still in it, still got a chance. So it's something, to
Exactly.
get them.
We still have life.
That's good. That's awesome. Especially for the first year, especially, like you said, a very young team. So that's absolutely fantastic. So what has been anything surprised you with this season? Anything you weren't expecting that may have happened that took you a little bit off guard, or in a good way, or we don't need to.
I was surprised at how quickly they gelled together. I know coming from boys, we don't really get along, and it takes us a while to get along, especially when you're beating each other up at the hockey rink. But these girls, they gelled perfectly. I give credit to my 2 seniors, Bryn Miller and Kenila Hoshard, who brought the team together. They all get along. They have fun, and they compete, which is all you can ask for. And, I mean, especially from the 6 girls down south, they've come to everything, that's an hour, 45-minute drive for them. So to come to everything consistently has been fantastic. So much kudos go to them as well.
Yeah, no, that's a great commitment. And you guys play out of the Pomfret rink, correct?
Yeah, we play out of the John rink in Pomfret.
Yeah, I've been. That's a beautiful rink. Beautiful.
It's a gorgeous rink. Old school feel.
Yeah. It's nice. It's a very nice arena. I like it a lot. So what's your vision going forward for the program? Where do you see the program in a year, 3 years, 5 years? What would you like to see change or grow, or what do you think the program needs?
I would love the program to continue to grow, the numbers to grow. Ideally, I'd love to see where we have a JV squad, where we have where the numbers are that good, where we're consistently competing with the Darians, the Avons of the Connecticut girls, and we're putting girls in club teams in college or D2, D3 schools.
That's awesome. Well, like I said, I could say from a hockey girl dad, very excited. I'm excited for Sophie to play for you in a couple of seasons. So, like I said, if there's anything you need from me, just let me know. A cheeseburger, anything that'll get her more playing time. Listen, I'm from New York. People call it bribery, but we just call it lobbying. So I just wanted to.
Well, as my team knows, when they say America runs on Duncan, I definitely run on Duncan. So that gets anyone playing time.
Good to know. I appreciate that, Coach. I appreciate all you've done, seriously, from the bottom of my heart. It really has been it's been great just to hear the buzz about it. I wish you guys the best tonight. Keep working hard. And I know from a couple of girls that play on Sophie's team, her co-ed team that play with you, they love it. They're having a great time. And I could see, really, since they started with you, which was, I guess, around Thanksgiving or so.
Right after Thanksgiving, correct.
Yeah, their play on Sophie's team, even in practice, has changed. I could say, I even said to my wife and to Sophie, I could see them playing at practice at a different level, at a much different speed. They're playing with a much different sort of intensity than they had before. Because
as a coach, you got to adapt to everything. And most of the teams in this league, they play a similar, defensive, laid-back style. So I've tried to you got to be different. So I tried to hammer home an aggressive, gritty, offensive style. So the intensity steps up during practice, and the girls have grown to it.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, I can really see it in their game, with on the Seahawks Bantam team. So you're doing a great job, Coach. We all appreciate you. Keep up the good work. We wish you the best of luck tonight and the rest of the season. And, of course, we'll be in touch. And That's it. That's all I can say. So good luck and keep it up.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Coach. Really appreciate your time today.
You too. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Oh my, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And we want to thank Coach Roy so much for his time and a really awesome interview. We want to thank you so much for tuning in today to the Connecticut Sports Show. Next week, we got a big week. We're going to have the Norwich Sea Captains on. We're going to have their captain, Loftus, number 27, in your scorecard. They're playing today down in Danbury. They were supposed to be home, but there was Zamboni issues. So they had to get another rink all the way up on 95 on a flatbed up here, so the games wouldn't be canceled all weekend long. So, but the Sea Captains had to hop on a bus and go down to Danbury, and they're playing right now. So let's root on our boys. Hopefully, they come away with the victory and clinch their first spot ever to the postseason in only their second year. So we're going to have Loftus on, the captain and defenseman, number 27, and we're going to have the coach, general manager, owner, Coach Cunningham on next week to talk about the Sea Captains, and hopefully we'll be talking about their first postseason ticket to the dance. So again, we wanted to thank Coach Roy for joining us here on the Connecticut Sports Show. I've been your host, Scotty Bonner. Just a quick opine, if I may, because I think as a hockey girl dad, which I am first and foremost, well, hockey dad, because our son still plays, but as a hockey girl dad and as a hockey fan and as a fan and supporter of women's hockey and ladies hockey, as much as you're allowed to be, because it's difficult, I think I'd be remiss if I let the show go without just simply giving this really quick opine. I think a lot of you know how I feel already, so I'm just going to say it to the PHF, to USA ladies hockey, to the Olympic hockey, to college hockey, high school hockey, bantam hockey, and that's it. It's got to be equal with the boys. The boys can only start at bantam. Let the girls hit. Let the girls check. Let there not be this, which is the internationally recognized sign for checking in girls hockey. You are killing the game. You are hurting the girls. It's not fair to them, and you're only not allowing them to check because they're not boys. You should all be ashamed of yourselves. Nobody will tell you any different, or nobody will tell you this. I'll tell you different. I don't even know how the phrase goes. I get a little bit worked up. My ears might be getting red right now. The blood pressure may be going up. Thankfully, I remember to take my medication this morning, but that's another situation. I digress. We're not here to talk about my medical history. We don't want to violate HIPAA or anything like that, but let girls hit. Girls can check girls. They'll be fine. Girls play at the bantam level. Girls play at the midget level. Girls play at the high school level. There are girls playing in college club hockey that are getting run over by boys. They're fine. They're great athletes. They're strong as oxes. I wish I could skate like one of the girls skate on the Olympic team. I wish I could skate like a girl on BU. I wish I could skate like a lady on a Division III team. I wish I was that good for 5 minutes. I wish I knew what it was like. I'm not. It's not going to happen, but it may. I doubt it. But anyway, I digress. They're good enough to hit. They're strong enough to hit. You are robbing them, and you're doing a tremendous damage to growing their game. And I don't want to hear a peep out of anybody about equality, this, that, and the other thing. You want equal pay. You need to have equal play. You can all get mad at me all you want. I'm trying to help you. Anyway, I apologize. I didn't mean to go off on a rant like that, but it really, really boils my stew, ladies and gentlemen. It boils my, as the great Peter Griffin would say, grind my gears. This boils my stew. There's absolutely no reason that these girls cannot check. The only reason they're not allowed to check is because they're girls, and you won't let them play the game the way it's meant to be played. And I'm sorry, the game's meant to be played with checking. If I was king of hockey and I have applied for the position, they'd be fighting out there. And I don't want to hear, oh my God, blah, blah, blah. No, I'll tell you why they'd be fighting out there, because Ronda Rousey was good for business. Are we in this for business? Or are we in this for other reasons? If you're in this for other reasons, God bless. I don't know what to tell you. Good luck with that. I'm not saying you're right or wrong. Doesn't mean a thing to me. I don't care. If we're in it for business, and the business of business is being in business, then you got to let the girls hit. Girls need to hit, and girls should be wearing a half shield, and they should be allowed to drop the gloves, and they should be allowed to go at it, just like the men at the professional level. And college, well, not college, excuse me, professional level, and wherever the men are allowed to fight, the women, and hey, you want to let the women fight even more than that? Be my guest. I know people are going to be offended, upset, this, that, and the other thing, and I get it, and you're right. That's your opinion. You're entitled to it, as the great Apollo Creed once said to the great Brent Musburger, and that's fine. But the girls should be allowed to hit. You ask any one of the hockey players, you get them alone, where they know, if they have anonymity, or they're not going to be exposed for what they're thinking. They'll tell you, oh yeah, we would love to hit, and I'll bet anybody a dozen donuts I'm right. Jellied, put jelly in those donuts, that I'm right about 99 to 102% of the time with every single one of those girls hockey players. And for whatever reason, I can't even put my finger on this one. It's sort of taboo to say, I want the girls to hit, like it's some sort of thing, Like I've actually truly been called names for talking to people at high levels, commissioners of professional women's leagues, telling them you should allow the girls to hit. I've been called names for having that opinion. Been called names for a lot of other reasons in my day. Not going to lie to you, some justified, some not. But we're not here to talk about the past. Like the great Mark McGuire told the Senate Committee on Steroids, we're here to talk about the future. And the future for girls hockey has to go through checking. Let the girls hit. I'm telling you, they'll appreciate it. The fans will appreciate it. Your game will grow like a sunflower towards the sun. Your ratings will explode overnight. If you guys had a press conference tomorrow and said checking is allowed. I know fighting's probably not going to happen this day and age. Nobody watches Tom and Jerry anymore. I get that. But let the girls hit. Let the girls play hockey the way hockey is meant to be played. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Connecticut Sports Show. We'll see everybody again soon. I'm your host, Scotty Bonner. Have a great weekend, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us.